I think we all agree that we are really facing an unprecedented global crisis. And I think for the first time in the history of humanity, we have the means to destroy ourselves as a species and take some other species with us. And many people in these holotropic states spontaneously start having insights into this situation and start looking for answers. One of the things that they discover is that when you do this sort of deep inner exploration individually, and you go through the psychospiritual death rebirth experience, that on the way, as you go through the matrices, you encounter many phenomena that are today manifested in the world. For example, you discover tremendous aggression, pool of aggression. You discover the shadow side of yourself. There would be a lot of sexual images, including sort of various devious kind of sexual images. There is encounter with the kind of a messianic element. So there's also the scatological dimension, the encountering some kind of a the biological material. So when they look at the world, they see that many of these things that you would encounter as kind of mandatory steps in the process of this death, rebirth, transformation, actually we are enacting sort of unconsciously in the world. There's certainly tremendous increase of violence now. It's unleashing of violence in the, both in the streets and also in the global plane. The terrorists, I think this is really unprecedented. There is tremendous freeing of the sexual impulse in a positive way and a negative way. If you compare the movies in the 50s and what we have seen, until now in the 90s and so on, it's just unbelievable. There's nothing that hasn't been shown from this particular category. There is certainly the problem with pollution, both in a physical sense, kind of industrial pollution, but also what's happening in the politics, kind of a moral pollution, which seems to be coming to the surface. What's happening in the world of politics and big business and so on. So many people are getting this insight that we almost like have the alternative, you see, to continue what we were doing, what we have been doing, in a kind of unconscious way, which is creating problems out there and trying to solve them using the old strategies, which basically creates more problems than it solves, or that a large number of us manage to internalize that process, where we confront these sort of archetypal images internally on the way to a major inner transformation, a kind of a jump in consciousness. Because the planet doesn't have any other problem than people, and what is happening reflects. There is many symptoms, political, military, economic, and so on. It ultimately has one common denominator, which is the stage of consciousness evolution of the species. I mean, if we have had the heads and hearts in a different place, we can solve the problems. So many people see this in these holotropic states as a kind of a race, where it's between, just continue doing what we have been doing and heading towards possible destruction, or the whole consciousness movement sort of gets ahead of it, and enough people get internally transformed, and the inner transformation reaching the circles that make decisions, and then the human species could reach a kind of unprecedented level of evolution.